Good.
I think I have deodorant on my shirt.
Is it your all natural deodorant?
Yeah, I don't. Well, I have to
Be
be
honest.
honest.
Is it secret?
No, it's worse. It's nothing. Okay,
It's worse. Degree?
no. So I wanted to wear this shirt with these pants, and I realized that it was in the dirty clothes.
Oh, fair.
So I grabbed.
I wasn't gonna say anything about the smell, but now that you
I
mentioned
grabbed it
it.
in the hamper. No, I freshened it up. I spritzed it, but then I realized I don't know if that's new or old deodorant stain. Is what I'm trying to say.
I got you.
So who knows?
Well, you still look cute.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Hello. Welcome back to another episode of the Fuzzy Pod. I'm Megan,
I'm Maddie.
and
We're happy to have you
you're
here.
still here.
Wow.
Wow, episode 4. Here we go.
Here we are.
This
Can't
one,
believe we've done it.
we're
We've done it.
We've done it. We've done it. We've made it to episode 4. Wow, what a feat! That was really loud. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Someone just
Men.
dropped something outside.
We're working.
Today we are going to be digging into childhood trauma.
Let's unpack our trauma together.
Today's episode is the bullies that shaped us, and we have a lot to talk about. But before we get into that, I think we should talk about something positive.
Yeah, that would probably be a good thing.
Something that gave us the warm fuzzies this week.
Yeah.
What's something that gave you the warm fuzzies this week?
Let's see. I feel like all of my things are like TV or show related.
That's great.
I watched True Brother Dozen recently. Both 1 and 2.
Both 1 and 2. Did they make a third, or am I making that up?
They remade it. I don't
Remade it.
think
Okay.
they made like a third with
The
the
same
like
cast.
original cast that like we watched it with.
Do they still hold
Um,
up?
I think they do. I feel like they're just like fun,
Yeah.
but
Sweet family fun.
also in the first one, I always forget that Ashton Kutcher's in the first one. He
Oh,
plays
yeah.
like the
Yeah.
annoying boyfriend of the
oldest
oldest daughter. And he's like this, like he's like a model actor, and he's like has like this commercial where it's like a toothpaste commercial or whatever, but he's like laying there and like shirtless. I'm like, this is so weird. I'm like, I don't remember this.
You're like, when I was a kid, I wasn't focused on Ashton
my
Kutcher.
gosh,
But
no.
isn't Taylor Lautner in the second one too?
Yes, he is. Yeah.
So funny.
Yeah. I feel like the second one I watched more than like the first one, because I remembered that one more than I feel like I remember the first one. But
Is it with like us and like sequels as kids? Like Shrek 2?
Spy Kids 2.
Spy Kids 2? You were obsessed with Spy Kids 2 specifically.
Aren't we all?
I feel like, is the first one better? I haven't seen either one of them in years.
Wow.
We were singing the who, what, when, where, why song the other day, though.
Yeah. I think you need to rewatch them and then give your honest opinion.
I feel so dehydrated.
Oh my God. I drank some of my Olipop just now, and I feel like that was a mistake, like right before we started recording.
The bubbles.
Yeah. Booze.
No bubbles. No bubbles before recording. We don't want to burp into the microphone. Burp.
Burr. Sounds like a fart. Burr.
Burp. Wait, you don't burp like that?
Burr.
No wonder we were bullied. I'm just kidding.
Oh my God. No. Oh my gosh. Okay, so what's a warm fuzzy for you this week?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Okay, I forgot. I was about to get right into the bully stories. Something is a warm fuzzy for me. So if you don't know this already, I don't think we've talked about this. I have 3 dogs.
Amazing.
And my sister also has a dog.
I only have a singular dog.
She is a
Sadly.
only child.
Yeah.
But they, anytime we've been recording the podcast, they've all been together.
Yeah, so cute.
And it is just like, it's just so cute seeing like, just having a house of like 4 dogs. It
is the sweetest.
makes my heart so happy.
Yeah. And then
Just little
yesterday,
angels.
or last night, you had some friends over too, and they brought their dog.
So we had 5 dogs here.
So it was 5 dogs, and it just was melting my. For some people, they're like, "Oh my God, ew, gross, chaotic." But like for us, it's like heart melting. Yeah. I'm like, this is all I want. Is that too much to ask?
Yeah. It's like, can I just be surrounded by dogs all the time? Thank you. And they're all such sweet.
And they're all
pups,
so
too.
sweet and cuddly.
They just want to sit in your lap.
They just want
and
to
be close to
cuddle.
you.
Yeah.
It's heaven.
Yeah.
So that's my warm fuzzies. Being
Yeah.
around a bunch of pups.
That's a
that I
good
love.
one. Yeah. And they are also fuzzy.
They are also very fuzzy. Very, very fuzzy, all of them.
Oh, now I want to change my warm and fuzzy because my little pup this morning was just like laying on me for like 30 minutes.
While you watched Sheep by the Dozen?
Yeah. No, not while I watched Sheep by the Dozen, but he was so tired from like playing so hard. They like, the way these dogs play is insane. Like, they don't stop. They don't quit.
No.
And so like he was just exhausted. Like he slept until like 11.
I didn't even sleep in that much today. I woke up at like 8 and I was wide awake. Why am I like that? I just wait. When I wake up, like once I'm up, I'm up.
Yeah.
Like that's it for me. Well, we do have some things to get into. I guess we can't avoid it for too long.
Unpacking our trauma.
Yeah. Just stepping into our childhood again. Today we're going to be talking about the bullies that shaped us. We've all had a bully or two, and we may have been each other's bullies from time to time. But for better or worse, those moments shaped us.
Absolutely.
So we're going to dive into those moments, and a lot of those moments that stuck with us, but made us the wonderful gals that we are today. I just had to say gals because for some reason in our outline, we wrote gals, and that makes me laugh.
Oh my God, it's hilarious.
We're the wonderful gals we are today. Did you write that or did I?
I think I did, yeah.
Oh.
I wrote all of our intros, and I was waiting for you to notice.
I wrote some too.
No, I wrote all the intros.
I put the American Girl doll photo in the doc.
Yeah, no, you did that, but I went through and wrote all our intros.
Well, then you should have read that.
No, I like that you read it.
Okay, well,
and then I was like, did she read this before? Because I was kind of thinking that you would just like read them ahead of time and edit anything you wanted to edit. Because I wrote them like at 1 a.m.
No, I like gals. We're sticking with gals.
Oh my God, I love it.
Okay, do we want to step into my junior high years or do we take it back to your elementary years?
Yes. Well, my memories are like very fuzzy. But yeah, maybe we should do like chronological in the sense of like I'll talk about my elementary and then you can go into your junior high experience.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Okay. Because then I also have some junior high experiences too.
Well, I was gonna start with this. Like, what was like the first memory
of bullying?
Of being like
bullied
or like heckled at school?
Yeah.
Or something
I'm trying to think, like bully feels like such a strong word.
It does.
So I'm like
like the first time that a kid said something to you and you're like, that made me feel
not great
about myself or uncomfortable.
I think that my first, hang on, I'm trying to think about my kindergarten now.
Kindergarten, please. Oh, not kindergarten.
In pre-K, my best friend broke like one of I can't even remember. Oh, I had this little hat and it had like a little pom-pom on the top and he like ripped it off. And I don't know if that's bullying or not.
I mean, how old were you?
Pre-K. And then he stopped talking to me after that. After he had the audacity. He ruined something of mine. And then he decided, no, we're not going to be friends anymore.
You were so young, but do you remember, like, did you go back to mom later and
His
be
name's
like, my
Andy.
hat's broken? Oh, you're dropping names. Names from pre-K. Andy from preschool. She remembers you ripping her hat.
You better come back.
You need to send her a new hat.
You better step up.
That's pretty young to like remember something
mom.
like that.
Yeah, I think it's told mom. It wasn't that big of a deal, but like I feel like that would be like my first instance of like, hey, that was mean.
Yeah. Like, why'd you do that?
Yeah.
This is another question that I have for us.
Ask it.
Do you think that we were mean to kids and not realize? Like, did things like that and not realize
I definitely was going to talk about that because I think like
at that, I mean,
for
4 years
most
old.
people, like I think we all have been like a bully to someone or like did things that weren't very nice to someone, you know, or like said things that weren't very kind. And I think that's just like a part of like growing up and like figuring things out. And like hopefully you learn from those situations and can recognize like, oh, that wasn't very nice of me and apologize for it, right? But like I think we've all kind of been there, you know, on both sides of the token.
Yeah.
So
yeah, none of these people that we're gonna be talking about today, we actually still have beef with.
Oh my God, no!
It's so. Oh wait, you might.
Oh my! I just remembered a story. I didn't even. Okay, please. Okay, let me talk about my elementary.
So now we're moving on from preschool. Do you want me to talk about my preschool? Like you want to kind of go back and forth?
You have a trauma?
Well, it just came to me when you were talking about
yeah, please share.
The boy taking your pom pom off your hat. So I was going. It was like preschool.
Pre-war.
Like, I had to be 3 years old or something because the first preschool that I went to, we both went to the same school eventually. I mean, obviously, you went 4 years later.
Oh, we should definitely put up a picture of me, my school picture from the year that happened, the hat situation.
In the video cut. We'll do that. We'll throw that up. When you're talking about yourself, we'll have it pop up. I love that.
Okay.
Hey, note to self when I'm editing. Add that photo.
Okay.
This is the kid that was bullied.
How dare they bully me? Oh my god. Okay, so tell me about your pre-K or pre-K experience.
My pre-K experience. I was going to this daycare at a church, and I remember we were on the little playground, and we were running around, and I was playing tag.
As you do.
As you do with this.
As you do at that
kids.
age.
And I can kind of see this kid's face a little bit. He had a blonde bowl cut. He's chasing after me. We're playing tag. It's fun. It's whatever. And I say, hey, pause. My hair clip fell out. Give me a second.
Yeah.
And
time out.
Time out. And he was like, oh, time out. Whatever.
And then kicked you in the stomach?
No. I had the hair clip in my hand. Kid got real close to me, accidentally poked himself in the eye. Ran to the teacher, said that I intentionally poked his eye with my hair clip. But I know for a fact that I did not intentionally poke someone's eye with my hair clip because I remember it falling out.
Yes.
And holding it. And so he was kind of being messing with me. And I was probably stop.
Yeah, you're probably
stop.
Leave me alone.
And then it
please
poked little Jimmy in the whatever. I don't know this kid's name. Little blonde bowl.
I'm the only one that holds on to grudges, I guess.
In the eye. And the teacher taped it to a letter that I had to take and get signed by my mom.
What?
And I felt so much shame, but I had to eat lunch alone that day.
Please.
And I remember being I didn't do anything.
Wow.
I don't know if that's a bully, but I was just remember.
Wait. I just like to point out that I don't know if this means anything, but it means something. That both of our first memories of instances are with boys.
Yeah. Most of the things that I'm going to be talking about today involved boys being rude to me.
Yeah.
So
coincidence?
Now we're moving on to elementary school. Okay. Okay. What kind of things did you face in elementary school? Because I feel you had from my memory one particular person.
Yeah.
That kind of heckled you
for a few years.
A few years.
Yeah.
Starting in what grade was it? First or second grade?
I switched. So this is another fun fact about me. I'm quirky. I think I switched elementary schools 4 or 5 times.
You?
Yes.
Actually?
Yeah, because kindergarten, I was at the school that you were talking about.
Yeah, we won't count that.
And then first and second grade was in Houston.
Yeah.
Third grade, we had moved.
Yes.
But it was the devil school. So then fourth grade, I went back to the school that I went to in kindergarten. And then in 5th grade, I went to the school that was built in our neighborhood.
That's a lot of elementary schools.
So I switched schools 6 times.
Okay. But there was, when you went to the school in Houston, there was one particular girl that
Should I
always.
say her name? I'm just kidding.
No, we're not going to say names.
Should I say her name?
Because she was in 4th grade, okay?
I'm not afraid to drop names.
Maybe we get into the high school era, okay? When they know a little better.
Wait, no. Okay, this is the thing. In high school, I didn't go to high school, so I don't
Oh,
I don't have any high
you
school
don't have
bullies.
any high school bullies.
Yeah.
Only I do.
Only you do. Yeah, I was homeschooled, so you were my bully, I guess, and I was yours.
Yeah.
For your college experience.
Yeah. Okay, well, so you're in elementary school.
Picture it, Maddie. She's
Yeah.
tiny. Mom doesn't know how to do our hair, so she just puts it in the tightest ponytail you could ever imagine. Hairsprays it. Okay, we have
did
cute
use
little
hairspray
bows.
a lot. Because
So much hairspray.
I actually, sorry to go off track here for a second, but I just remembered one time a teacher being mad at me for how much hairspray was in my hair.
What?
Yeah, because she was pregnant, and so I guess the smell was strong, and I was like, I didn't even do my own hair.
Yeah. Bless mother's heart. It's just because
she's like, don't wear that much hairspray. It's making me sick.
and you're like,
and I
it's
was
literally not even
and I
my
was
fault.
like, ma'am, I'm 11.
I don't even know how to brush my own hair half the time.
I was probably younger than 11. I hope I was doing my own hair by
You're
then.
like, I'm 17.
Please, I'm 18.
My mom still does my
My
hair.
mom still does my hair for me.
Oh my god, no. So mom would always like put our hair though back in like these honestly chic now, like slicked back
Yeah, slick back
ponies.
ponies.
But she would hairspray them like insanely because she wanted us to be able to play during recess and not like have our hair fall all over the place. So we appreciate it. We love it. But yeah, this girl in first grade, every time she was my friend, but every time she was behind me in line or like I'd be sitting at my desk or whatever, she would just come up and like pull my hair, like pull my ponytail. Yeah.
Just yank it?
Yeah.
Would you say anything?
No.
You would just kind of ignore it? You
Yeah.
just keep looking forward?
And then she had the audacity to every single day, okay? We, at that time, couldn't afford very much, so I was wearing hand-me-down clothes. But the pants just, like, didn't really fit me well. Like, we were both really, really tiny, but, like, Megan was 4 years older than me. So, like, any hand-me-downs were gonna be probably a little bit big at that time. Before my growth spurt. Before I became the tallest queen in the family.
The 5'4" queen that you are today.
And yeah, and literally every day, like that I would be wearing like whatever, my normal like clothes. It like my underwear, I guess you could see my little undies. And she would tell everyone like what color underwear I was wearing in class. Like she would literally be like, Maddie's wearing Hello Kitty underwear. And I'm like, yeah, that's right. I'm wearing Hello Kitty underwear because they're cool. Back up.
Wait, that's so rude.
Yeah.
For why?
I don't know. That's like such a weird thing to do.
I have one specific memory of that childhood bully of yours.
Please tell me because
You came home really upset one day because she made fun of your shoes. You were wearing just like some like high top Converse. I think that might have like, I don't know. You were wearing high top Converse and she was like, those shoes are ugly. Those shoes are just so fugly. I don't know if she said
and then
fugly
she slapped me in the face. I'm just
kidding. And then you told me, like you told the whole family that like the next week she's wearing the same
ones.
shoes. So maybe
Classic.
she was wanting
jealous.
that slick back pony. She was wanting the Converse.
Yeah. So going back though to like you asking like was I anyone, was I a bully ever? I don't think I was. I think this was like vengeance. But one time she was in front of me in line and she had like long curly hair and she had it in a ponytail and he was just swinging.
You grabbed it?
Ponytail and I yanked.
Please. You said do to others as you would have them do to you. I'm going to do the same back to you.
Oh my god. But
no, that is not what you should do.
This was after 2 years of her bullying me. Like, I'm not justifying it, but like, I never retaliated. Like, I never said anything
because it did
to
start
her.
like in first grade, and that was probably like what, in like by fourth grade or no, third grade, because you only went to that school for 2 years. He bullied you like the full 2 years you were there, huh?
Yeah, it was tragic. But anyways, I'm not saying it's right. Okay? I'm just saying vengeance.
Let us know in the comments if you think fourth grade Maddie was justified.
Was I justified?
In pulling
No,
her
I was
ponytail.
in second grade. I was in second grade, okay?
Second grade?
Yeah, it makes a difference, right? I was in second grade because
Wait, you went to that school
first and second grade.
so by the end of your second grade year.
Yeah.
Okay, you've had enough and you said, you know what? Pull your ponytail back. Did she react?
Yeah, she was like, ah! I pulled it good.
Did you get in trouble with like
I don't
the
remember
school?
getting in trouble.
Guys, maybe she just knew like you.
Maybe the teacher knew that she was like bullying me.
Please. All right, so you moved on from elementary school, and now we're going into.
Well, what about you? Any elementary school? Any elementary school trauma?
Okay, so speaking of our podcast being called Fuzzy, I used to have extremely like. I used to have like a lot of arm hair, and it was very, very dark. And whatever. But kids thought that was really funny, and they thought that was something that was good to make fun of. So I would wear. Probably by the time I was in second grade, I realized that I just needed to wear a jacket every single day to school, so that kids wouldn't comment on my arm hair. But there was
Yeah.
this seating arrangement we had in second grade where we were like in duos for some reason. Like the teacher had 2 desks kind of all together, and I was paired up with this one guy. We had to be like 8 years old, and he's like, "I'm gonna draw a picture of you." Like it's like this like plays out in my head. He's like, "I'm gonna draw a picture of you," and I'm like, "Oh, this cute little kid's gonna draw a picture."
She's like,
of
"Oh
me."
my God,
I'm
I'm his
like,
muse.
"Oh my gosh, I'm his muse." 8-year-old me, like, oh. And then like it was just so hot that day, and I just couldn't take it, and I started to take my hoodie off, and then he looked at my arms. And I can just see him now, like, drawing it. He was like, "Oh, and she has to have really hairy arms." And just takes a marker and starts drawing on this little cartoon version of me. And I just was, like, mortified. I just,
That
like,
is traumatizing.
melted inside of my skin. Like, 8-year-old me was like, I am exclusively wearing a jacket for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Until I can beg, like, mom and dad to, like, let me, like, shave my arms or nair them.
Yeah.
Like now I feel like it's not that big of a deal.
No.
But when you're like 8 years old,
Well,
and
kids,
you think a
kids
boy
say the darndest things.
you think like a boy is cute, and he's
And then
like,
he
"I'm
says
gonna draw
something.
you."
Yeah.
And then he's like, sees your arms, and his eyes get so big, and he's like,
Drop names. I'm just kidding. Let's find him.
literally 8 years old.
Oh my God. Yeah.
So that
well,
that-
also
and
like
again, I
mind
wouldn't
you.
say, like
Sorry. Go ahead.
that was like some of these stories today were like, the title. It's like the bullies that shaped us.
We're just being
Obviously,
dramatic.
We are. We're just like I'm not calling this 8-year-old kid like a bully for doing that, but it was like one of those things. I was like, dang, like kids
It stuck with
kids
you.
are gonna make fun of me for this, and they did.
Yeah.
And that's why I always wore a
It's been
jacket.
like over 20 years, and it's still sticking with you. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what's crazy about that too? Well, 2 things. One, we lived in Texas, Houston, Texas, and it is humid and hot. So like wearing a jacket all day, every day,
Yeah.
it's really not the vibe. Especially like because when you're young, like in elementary school, you go outside all the time.
Yeah.
Like it's not the vibe.
And transitioning into junior high, I started wearing like a cute jean jacket, but then I got made fun of for like, why do you wear that jacket every day?
You're like, that jacket smells and has deodorant stains on it.
Please, did you pull it out of the dirty
Did you pull
clothes
it out of
bin?
the dirty clothes bin? No, but I used to do that as well. Like I would wear jackets because I think either you told me that story whenever you were young, like when you came home upset, and I was like traumatized for you, and I was like, I'm gonna get made fun of because I have hair on my arms. And
It
so
wasn't as bad as mine though.
it wasn't as bad. Yeah,
I shouldn't say bad. It wasn't as like
dark.
as
I never
dark
had as
and
dark
intense,
of hair. Yeah. But I wore jackets, and I remember literally sweating, like being outside, like in the heat during recess, like wearing like my American
You still have an
Abercrombie,
American
like-
Girl doll on your.
Yeah.
You had Abercrombie?
I thought it was Abercrombie. It was like fluffy on the inside.
We need to talk about probably our biggest bully of all. Abercrombie.
You're right. Oh my God, I didn't realize I was traumatizing you right now. It wasn't Abercrombie. It must have been
Abercrombie and Hollister.
It must
were
have been.
the biggest bullies of my childhood.
What
which
would
is
it
so
have
funny 'cause
been?
I love Abercrombie's clothes
American
now.
Eagle or something? Or no,
Maybe.
Aeropostale. Aeropostale.
Aeropostale.
That's what it was.
Oh my
That's what
gosh,
it
with the
was.
monkeys.
Yes, it was Aeropostale.
Yes.
And it was like fluffy on the inside. Why did I have that jacket in Texas? I don't know. But I would wear that like literally at recess, sweating.
I didn't know that about you, actually.
Yeah.
I knew that was part of my story, but I didn't know that it translated into your life
Yeah.
as well.
I didn't want you to feel guilty. I'm just kidding.
All right, let's transition into now we're in junior high. This is where things get a little more
The year
interesting.
is 20.
Well, it's different for each of us.
Yes, but for me, I don't know what year it is. Either.
This is where things get a little more awkward. Okay, we're talking puberty. We're talking people getting
yeah.
boyfriends.
It's awkward for everybody.
It's a terrible time.
It was fine.
It was fine for you.
Yeah, I know it wasn't great for you, but
Okay, so let's get into junior high. You went to the same after you jumped around from all the elementary schools. You ended up at the same junior high.
I did for all 3 years. So our
And-
junior high was 6th, 7th, and 8th.
You were a cheerleader, which puts you in a good like social.
You would think.
What's it called? Social ranking
You
in
would think.
junior high.
You would think, but we can get into
within
that.
cheerleading.
No. I
You
wasn't.
had some stuff, right?
No, I was not in above social rank by any means.
No?
No.
Okay, but wasn't the
Your
particular-
perspective of my experience is way different than my actual
Okay, because I was gonna say I thought there was one particular person that kind of heckled you throughout junior high and that they were
Mm.
within the cheer squad.
That is true. I would say overall, like, I was definitely not, like, popular by any means. Like, me and my best friend, it was, like, the 2 of us against the world. Like, everyone, like, made like, really, like, everyone made fun of us, like, a lot.
In what ways?
Just because we were friends. Like, they literally were just, like, I don't know, just stupid stuff. But, like, I don't know, I think it was just because we were so close and, like, always, like, goofing around and laughing, they were just, like, making fun of us. So,
Like,
yeah.
did they think y'all were dating or something? Like, it made
Yeah.
fun of you that way?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was like, first of all,
Homophobic.
yeah, first of all, it's giving homophobia.
Yeah.
Second of all, you're saying this to us when there's other friends who are literally walking down the halls holding hands, kissing each other,
Which, like, fine, whatever.
which is fine, but why are you giving us that label when we're just literally existing? Which
Kids are bored.
Kids are bored, and it was Texas, so that's also a factor. But I feel like there was that, but, like, also, like, within the realm of, like, being a cheerleader, there were definitely, like, it was, like, a different culture that, like, I was not a part of, and I, like, did get made fun of for that. Like, I wasn't out there, like, it was crazy. Like, when I tell some people this, like, who didn't, like, go to, like, public school or something, like, they're like, "What?" But, like, these people were, like, partying, like, literally having house parties, like, drinking, doing drugs, like,
Yeah.
getting it, you know what I mean? Like, everyone was, like, pretty focused on, like, partying and, like, I don't know, just
Yeah.
all that crazy stuff, which is totally fine, but also we're really young for that, so I was, like, not a part of that, like, I wasn't going to their parties or, like, anything like that, and so, like, they made fun of me for that, and, like, literally this, like, group of popular guys, like, called me, like, the Virgin Mary of, like,
Oh my
of the
gosh.
cheerleaders, like
When you're, like, 12.
and I'm like, "Okay, like, that's cool, bro." So it was, like, stuff like that, like, on the outside, like and then within, like, my fellow cheerleaders, there was one girl,
Oh my gosh, your face just
I'm gonna
now.
say her name, no, just kidding, who was particularly
Vile?
that's a great word, particularly vile towards me. I don't know what her deal was with me, but she hated my guts. You could not convince me otherwise. You could not convince me otherwise.
What'd you do to her? I'm just kidding.
There was, like, multiple times, like, she would just, like, say, like, the weirdest stuff to me, but, like, one that sticks out is we were, like, doing this performance. It was, like, our first time practicing it, and we had to hit this certain, like, formation where there was, like, a few girls, like, lined up, and it was kinda, like, making, like, rows, and we had, like, 3 girls tumbling in between, and she was one of the girls, and I was, like, in the very front row. I was, like, not in my, like, correct, like, positioning. I think I was, like, over a little to, like, the left or whatever,
Yeah.
and mind you, this is our first time running through this routine, and so she couldn't do her tumbling, and she came up to me afterward and was like, "If you do that, like, during a performance, like, I will kick you."
I will kick you. That's like a movie. She's like, get in the way of my routine again, and I will literally kick you in the face.
And what did I say
I
to
will
her?
throw a pom-pom at you.
I'm trying to remember what I said to her, but I think I was literally just, like, too stunned to speak, and, like, one of my best friends who was, like, went to a different school, but we were all at this camp together, was standing by me, and she was like we both were literally like
Just
yeah, she was like
mouth open,
she literally
just
was
jaw
like,
to the
could
floor.
not believe she said that, and she was like, "Honestly, if I wasn't standing right there, I'd have a hard time believing someone actually said that." Like,
Wow.
that, like,
Wow.
someone would be that vile to, like, actually say that to someone that I will kick you. That is shocking still to this day to me. I will kick you. Not like, "Oh, hey," like, maybe just, like, overshoot it a little bit to the right, because, like, I just wanna
Was that
make
one
sure I
of
can
your earliest interactions with this person?
No. Because remember, you couldn't do cheerleading until 7th grade.
Okay, so you did you try out in 6th grade though?
You try out at the end of 6th grade, yeah.
Okay. So you went through summer camps and things like that together, like clinics and things.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So, it was only, like, 2 years of, like, actually being on the squad. So, I'm pretty sure she dropped me a few times too because I was a flyer. and like didn't even apologize. Like I hit my head.
Am I making this up? Did she make a weight comment one time when she dropped you? Or am I totally just making something?
No, I don't think that she ever made anything like that. And honestly, I feel like if she did, like, I didn't hit my growth spurt until later. Like,
was there anything that
I
was
weighed like 60 pounds.
was there anything that happened like that was intense enough that you ever had to like involve like the coach or a teacher?
No, because the coach loved her.
Really?
Yeah, because they were exactly the same. Like, I imagine that the coach was her. Like, they were exactly the same.
Oh, they were exactly the same. I thought you said they worked out at the, and I was like,
no. I imagine like our coach was her when she was younger, and so she like loved her.
There was nothing you could say. You could be like, she literally said she was gonna kick me in the head, and she was like, well, were you in the way?
Probably.
Please, no.
Probably. Like I'm fine here, like sitting here saying like, yeah, I didn't hit my mark, but like it was our first time running through it. I'm dying. Oh my God, karma. It's because I pulled her hair.
You pulled her hair
no,
too?
No, I was saying the other girl. Well, I was gonna say the name. I was gonna say I pulled her hair, like the hair. I'm just gonna say her name. We can bleep it out.
I was like, I'm sorry, but if you pulled two girls' hair, I'm gonna start questioning something.
Listen, they deserve it.
I can stand by the one, but if you said I pulled both of their hair, I'd be like,
It's justified.
Okay.
Vengeance.
Oh man,
I'm just Batman.
Any other junior high experiences that stuck with you?
No, other than can we talk about like the weird petty, like this is still the same girl because she was my biggest bully in junior high. Like the weird culture of like girls who are like that who then like pretend that they like you still. Like she would come up to me in the hallway, like I'd be at my locker and she would just come up and like start petting my hair.
And you're like, hey, can I help you? Are you gonna pull my hair?
Like literally, like I have a distinct memory of like me just like, and I was like, who the is touching me? Like none of my friends do this. And I like turned around and she was like, hi. And I was like,
you're like, do you not remember that you just said
you wanted to kick me? Goodbye. I'm just traumatized. That's all. But anyways, no, I guess that's it.
So, okay. Well, I guess I'll get into my junior high. My junior high bullying experiences. First of all, like I mentioned earlier, probably my biggest bully was Abercrombie.
Was myself. Just kidding.
Was myself. That's my biggest bully now. Self-doubt.
Amen.
My biggest bully in junior high was Abercrombie and Hollister. I don't know how those two brands, specifically Abercrombie, had such a chokehold.
Oh my gosh.
On my junior high, like everyone in my junior high.
Yeah.
Like this sounds so over the top, but I'm being so real. If you weren't wearing Abercrombie, in a shirt that was very clearly Abercrombie, you were not cool. Like, not cool. And at the time in my life, I was wearing a lot of like you had mentioned, you kind of touched on this a little bit, like in the hand-me-down period. I don't know if you remember, we would like shop at like that discount store before the school year started, and like kind of it was like around that time period of our lives. And so I got things that felt really cute, but they weren't Abercrombie price tags. Yeah. And so I always felt like I was thankful that I saw like, I saw new clothes, cute new clothes I could wear. And I always felt cute and put together. I was in my hair ribbon era. So I'd always have a hair ribbon in my hair, and then I have a little $5 purse that matched my hair ribbon.
There you go.
And I always felt cute and put together until literally people would make comments. There was this one girl that literally came up to me in the hallways, and it was like out of a movie or something, and was like, you dressed really cute for like not wearing like, name brand stuff like Abercrombie. And I was like, oh, thank you.
We love a good backhanded compliment.
Like, wow, already like with the passive aggressiveness, and we're like in 7th grade. Okay. So, yeah, I like to say Abercrombie and Hollister are my biggest bullies, and that was, like, just one example of that, and another quick example was a new girl had moved to school,
Mm.
to our school, and, she kind of, like, was hanging out with our friend group, and, she was really sweet, and it was like, "Oh my gosh, like, this is fun, we, like, have a new friend." And again, like a movie scene, I was, in the bathroom washing my hands, and the new girl was with one of the popular girls in the restroom, and the popular girl was giving the new girl, an Abercrombie shirt and was like, "Oh my gosh, no, go put this on right now." She goes in the stall, comes back out in it, she goes, "Oh my gosh, look, you look so cute." And she's like, "Really?" And that's when I was like, "Oh, we lost her."
Oh my
She's not gonna be in our
gosh,
friend group anymore.
please.
She has been claimed.
That's crazy.
Not that like a person can be claimed, but it was just like literally like, oh, like because after that she didn't really hang out with us anymore. It was more. It was more that.
Name names. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. So basically after that point, like she did not hang out with us anymore. So, um, we lost a good one.
Did you though?
Maybe not.
Because she was easily swayed.
You know what? True.
Yeah.
With free clothes.
Yeah.
With really a free shirt. So Abercrombie also was telling me that I wasn't hot enough when I was only in 7th grade.
Yeah.
But it's funny now because I actually love what that brand has become now.
I know. It's so crazy. They've really done a 180.
They've completely done a 180.
Yeah.
So, we forgive our bullies and move on because they make cute
because
clothes
they have
now.
good taste now.
They have good taste finally.
What
were you going to say?
Your first day of 6th grade.
My first day of 6th grade?
I don't know if it was your first day, but your Converse.
Oh, that wasn't a bully story.
I know, it's just a fun story.
Now you're bullying me.
Is that bullying you? I'm not bullying you. I just thought of the story because people did make fun of you. Please, gaslighting me.
She was like, wait, bring up this other embarrassing thing you did. Oh, gosh.
Fine,
okay.
don't.
No. So I got a new pair of pink Converse I was really excited about, except for they didn't have my size exactly. But I was like, I need
my foot will grow.
these shoes. So I got it a size too big. Maybe like a half size. But it was just big enough that it was like kind of like tripping me up,
I mean, Converse are already kind of like, you trip in them.
Yeah.
Like I've tripped in Converse.
You tripped in your Converse. So like just
I too have tripped in Converse.
It was like a scene out of a movie, though. I have a friend that witnessed this.
I just realized we keep saying that it sounds like everything's out of a movie. Are we the main characters?
Are we the main character? No, Cooper, my husband, when I've told him these stories, he was like, "Why was your junior high literally like what you see on TV? Like these aren't real people. Like these
There's
interactions."
There's a reason.
Yeah.
TV is the way.
It is. It was inspired by kids like the ones that went to my school. Is the story relevant though?
Well, we're already teasing it.
Okay,
just
we can always
share
cut it. Okay,
why would we cut it? It's fun
because I have a lot more to say. But no, I literally had a moment where I was walking down the stairs, and I tripped down the stairs, and my Converse and my papers literally went up in the air, flew everywhere, and I almost landed on a teacher.
That's pretty bad because our junior highs, we went to different schools, but they were the exact same floor plan. And they put the 6th grade students at the top floor.
Yes.
So there was like 2 flights of stairs you had to go down.
Every single day.
Yeah.
They were like, let's put the most agile ones up top.
Let's put the ones that are going through the most.
Yeah. At the top of the stairs.
Away from everyone else.
Yeah.
Honestly, our junior highs were insane. Like if you look at them, like they're huge.
Massive. Like
huge.
a high school.
Yeah, it's like a high school. Crazy. But anyways, I also tripped up in 6th grade wearing Converse, and my lunch went everywhere. My lunchbox.
Did you land in it? Like
just like landing on like Jello or
yeah.
pudding.
Did you get on your clothes or no?
No.
Okay.
It went out.
So before we move out of junior high, I have to talk about the junior high boys.
Please.
Oh God. They terrify me.
Yeah.
They terrified me then. They terrify me
now.
They
will forever terrify me.
Junior high boys are scary. And literally like the reason I'm scared to have children one day is if I have a boy that becomes a junior high boy.
Please. Oh my gosh.
We briefly talked about this before the pod, but did you also like experienced like boys pretending to like ask you out to things and then
Yeah.
be like, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm like, where are they getting this from?
I had 2 guys like competing to see, like they were popular, competing to see who would get my phone number first for no reason. Like literally no reason. It's not like they like liked me. Like they literally were just, well, actually plot twist.
I was like, I think they did.
One of them fell in love with me.
I was gonna say, I was like, I think it sounds like a bully thing. I think that was a weird, like, toxic
No, but
thing
it
to
was
do.
yeah, it was weird because like they like it made me uncomfortable. Like the
Yeah.
way that it made me uncomfortable because I didn't know what was going on. And like the
So they'd
way
always
that
come
they
up and
would
talk to you
yes,
and,
and I'm like, I've literally never had a conversation with you before. Like, who do you think? Like I would literally just ignore them because I was like,
no,
I
what
don't
to
like
do.
you. Yeah,
They don't know what they're doing.
yeah, it was
Ugh.
really unfortunate.
And then, did you ever have like? That's probably one of the most traumatizing things of my junior high experience was having other boys make fun of me.
Yeah,
I think that. Did you experience that as well, or
they
not
would.
as
What do you
much?
mean other boys make fun of you?
So okay, when
I need a descriptor.
okay, so when you're at that age, some people are developing faster than others.
Mm.
And when I was in 7th grade, I didn't have much going on up top. To truth be told, never really have. And 7th grade boys, particularly, there was these 2, wanted to point that out to me. So I was minding my
Lovely.
business. How kind of them. How sweet. Thank you for bringing this to my attention. Something I don't think about at all. I'm at my locker. I'm in 7th grade, and I'm just trying to get my books and get to my English class. And these 2 boys come up to me as I'm closing my locker. Literally, it plays out in my head again, like a movie scene. I'm closing my locker. These 2 boys are standing there by my locker with other popular girl. And they're like, bro, where are your boobs at? And I'm like, trying to get past them. And they're kind of standing in front of me. And they're like, bro, you don't even have any boobs. Yeah, where are your boobs? They're like, I got bigger boobs than you. And like the popular girl that's with them is like,
I have
And
bigger boobs than
he
you.
says, I have bigger boobs than you. And I was like, fine.
You should have gone, honk.
And so I just looked at him and I was like, good for you. Whatever, let me get through. Anyways, they're heckling me. And I'm just like, just
You should
trying
really
to roll
put
my
a bra
eyes.
on for those bad boys.
Yeah, things that I thought of to say like after,
Yeah.
like I thought of all these things afterwards. But I was just like in the moment, just like trying
What
to
do you
get to
do?
class.
Yeah, you're just like, you just gotta
I'm
push
just
through.
like, so I push through and I get to class. And I was sitting there, and as I'm sitting there, I'm like playing it through my head, and I'm like, dang, that really bothered me. And so I start to get like a little teary-eyed. Like I don't want to start crying in class. But my English teacher, very kind, can see that something's up, kind of like approach my desk quietly. And I just hear, my teacher approach and go, hey, is everything okay? Is there something you want to talk about? And I look up, and this teacher, Maddie,
The biggest.
this teacher had the biggest boobs.
Oh, God, I didn't know that's what you're going to say. Had the
I'm
biggest
still to this day-
breastises I have ever seen.
She was
The
like
shadow she cast
over
when
my
she
desk.
came up to my desk.
This teacher goes, hey, is there anything you want to talk about? I look up at this teacher's truly like double G's, like the biggest boobs. And I'm just like, I just think in my head, I am speechless. Like I don't, maybe in some way she could connect it, maybe she got made fun of on the other side of it for
Yeah.
being like overdeveloped. But I just remember looking up at
not
her.
you saying she's overdeveloped.
Sorry, not overdeveloped. I mean that in the context of being that age in junior high, like I was considered underdeveloped. I mean in that, not in her adult life. I'm talking about developing early.
Yeah. Like
she could probably
understand in the sense that like she was made fun of for developing faster
Yes.
than like maybe the girls that she was,
Yes.
went to school with.
Yes. And so, but anyways, in that moment though, I'm looking up and I just look up and I go, I'm okay. I'm okay.
I would have told her, I would have been like, they told me I had no boobies.
What am I gonna say? In that moment, I'm looking up and I'm like, she won't understand.
Oh, I think she would have.
Not looking back,
Yeah.
but like when you're I'm 13,
Like, what are you gonna
12,
do? Yeah.
So that was one thing. I still remember those kids' names Bro, why do I even?
Say them. I'm just kidding.
And they were like, there's like junior high boys, terrifying. And then I also got made fun of, though, on the other side for having a big butt.
Yeah.
So I'm like, in like the same era of time, I'm like, please. But I also couldn't see.
Boobs were all the rage.
I didn't have my glasses at that point. And so I remember walking in the hallway and it was like, I had a hall pass, I was going to the bathroom and some kids were behind me heckling me. And I turned around and I could barely make out their faces.
So you're like, whatever.
I couldn't see them. I was like, I don't even know who's heckling me right now.
Oh my gosh.
I can't even see their faces.
I don't even know. So don't let it bother me.
So that was probably the worst of it was left in junior high. Because of course it was. Like, of course junior high is like...
It's the most awkward phase of your life.
It's awkward for everyone. And I feel like some kids just handle it poorly. Like, more poorly than others by, like, putting other kids down.
Yeah. No, for sure.
Do you remember the Click series books?
Yes. I did not. I don't think I read them, though.
You saw the movie?
Yeah. I saw the movie with you, and you were constantly talking about them.
Well, I was obsessed with them up until someone at my school literally made their own pretty committee.
Amazing.
And I was sitting at a table, and they were literally like, you can't sit here. Also, you don't have a boyfriend, so you're lame.
Can we talk about cafeteria tables, though? Like, during junior high?
Oh,
like,
walking in for the first, like, day of school and where you're going to sit kind of
where you're
vibe?
going to sit. Yeah. Like, there was clear cliques. Like, I remember me, my best friend, and one of our other friends, like... There was 3 of us, and I swear nobody wanted to sit with us. Like, we would sit at a full table by ourselves, and then it was all the other cliques. And then, like, some of our friends who were, like, a part of different groups would be like, oh, like, I'll try to sit with you once this week. And so we'd have, like, maybe 1 or 2 extra, like, people at a time. But literally, our table was empty besides us.
Weird.
Isn't that weird?
Huh.
Maybe I smell.
You like SpongeBob episode. You're like, I have the ugly.
I'm ugly and I'm proud.
Really, just like smelly.
I remember what I was gonna say.
Okay.
So like going back to like boys just being like the absolute like worst bullies in junior high. Like I remember like getting so made fun of for my voice.
What?
Because they're all like like when especially like in like 6th and 7th grade. Because my voice was deeper. And so, like...
Their voices are, going through different changes.
And so they would, like, make fun of my voice.
Maybe higher than yours at the time.
Yeah. And I was like, well, at least, like, my voice is deeper than yours. I was sassy. I did clap back on that one.
Meanwhile, to the kid that said, my boobs are bigger than yours. I was like, excuse me. I need to clap.
You're like, they are nice. I'm just gonna...
Good for you.
You know what you should have done? Like, the next day, you should have, like, brought him a bra.
Please. Then I'd be the bully. It's why we gotta move on. Please.
I'm crying. He's still plotting revenge.
20 years
15
later.
years later.
I should look up these people on Instagram.
Oh my gosh, that would be iconic. I'm gonna go.
I hope they got their dream. I hope they got it. They got someone with the biggest boobs that they've ever.
So,
junior high's the worst.
It is.
So high school, Maddie was homeschooled. So if she did have any bullies, it was me having sister fights.
Yeah.
Classic sister fights.
Classic. Well, yeah, everyone has them.
Yeah.
If you have a sibling, you fight with your sibling.
Oh, I was literally talking to someone the other day that has a sister, and they were like, "Did you ever like fist fight your sister when you were a kid?"
Absolutely,
and I was like,
did.
"Absolutely." I was like, maybe not fist fight, but claws were involved.
Yeah. Like we were very scrappy.
That?
Like
why were we so scrappy?
We weren't like punching each other out. Like
no,
we weren't like giving each other black eyes, but we were like wrestling. Like like crazy. Like we were going like insane.
We look like if 2 dogs got into a little
like a
light brawl, and then we're like,
and you just
cloud.
see the tumbling.
But then after we were like, why did we dig our nails? That was
use your resources.
Yeah, that was a cold move.
Use your resources. We did a lot of things.
That's when we would tap out if someone went like.
There was like multiple times I feel like we hit each other in the head with things too.
Please, really?
Yeah.
Well, I do remember like, okay, we're probably getting too old for these toys because we used to have like this little fake like shopping cart with fake plastic food in it, and I started throwing like I made the first fire. I know I did.
I made the first fire. I fired first.
I fired first. I threw the plastic broccoli.
Oh.
And then you
I
retaliated.
vaguely remember that.
And then we were like, plastic food fight. Plastic food fight?
Not the vibe.
Not good.
Not the vibe.
Don't do that.
Don't do it.
Don't throw plastic food at each other. It's not. No, don't do that. Do not suggest.
Take it from us, okay?
Yeah, take it from 6-year-old Megan and. Wait, no, because you'd be like 2.
There's no way I was that young.
Like 4, probably 7 and 4 or something.
No,
you were too young.
Really?
I was too old. One of the two.
I think we were probably a little bit older.
It was. It's the memories in this one specific house that we moved out of by the time I was in 2nd grade.
Yeah.
So,
wow, you're really beating up on me.
How
dare you?
Wow, you were my bully. I probably was. Like no, you mentioned earlier.
We've said this before. Like, our sister bully dynamic is when I was young, because I was like so smaller than you. You definitely were bigger sister, like bully, like
yeah,
you know.
Bossy.
You looked out for me though, like if we were anywhere else, but like at home, like you were definitely like
I'm bossy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which the bossy always stayed, but what? Yes, it did. When I got older.
Now?
No, I'm not saying now.
Oh, okay. The way you said the bossy always stayed, and I was like, please.
Maybe it did. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I'm gasping. I was like, I thought this was going well.
I'm just kidding.
We're adults now. We know how to communicate.
I'm crying.
We know how to communicate clearly now.
No. Okay, so basically what I was going to say, like when we were like when I was really young, I was small, smaller than you. So like you would like kind of pick at me. And then once I got a little bit older, and then I was like the taller one and stronger.
The tallest in the family, 5'4".
Tallest in the family, 5'3". Then I started like retaliating pretty hardcore. As we've learned, vengeance is my middle name.
Yeah.
I will retaliate.
Yeah.
It is tit for tat. It is tit for tat.
What does that mean?
Tit for tat?
Yeah, I just realized, where does that expression come from?
I don't know. Eye for an eye.
There you go. That's one I understand.
It's just a phrase. I don't know. I didn't know how to know the definition of everything. I didn't repeat what I heard.
I know.
No, I always say tit for tit though.
Please.
Because that's when you punch me in the tit, I punch you back. No, I was kidding.
I've never punched you. Literally never.
I didn't say you did.
Okay.
I'm just saying. It's funnier that way because I can explain it.
Well, I went to high school.
You did go to high school for a little bit. You went to high school what? Freshman, sophomore,
and junior year. Half of junior year. Before I left on my Hannah Montana journey and started touring the world. I didn't really have any specific things that super stuck out that were like, this is a bully. The only thing was like, I was thinking about this when we were preparing for this episode. When I was like in freshman Spanish 1.
Ooh.
And I think we probably talked about this, but Maddie and I are both half Mexican on our dad's side. And we used to share the last name Flores. And I was in Spanish 1, but I did not know any Spanish because our dad did not teach us growing up.
Yeah.
And this kid, like I was doing really well in Spanish class, but also it's like, it's Spanish 1. It's like easy vocab. Yeah. Just study. Like I had
memorization.
Yeah. I was like, and I had an A in the class. I remember this kid, like we were getting papers back and I had like a good grade on it. And he was like, whatever, it's cheating because you're Mexican. I was like, literally the woman was too stunned to speak. Also, I was especially quiet like throughout my like school years. Like I didn't have a way to like I wasn't like you in the sense like I would have like a quick like witty comeback or anything. So I don't even think I responded. I think I was literally just like, that's not cool.
It's giving racism.
I don't know what to do with that. That is not
You
cool.
should have just been like, well, you're only bad at it because you're white. Like, what does that mean? Like,
I don't know
just
what
study.
That means. Yeah, just study. Literally, maybe I did see something along those lines. Like, if you just study, like, it's not that difficult. Like, I don't speak Spanish either. Like, pero like
But like, I've never spoke Spanish in my life.
I know some slang, but
Please, you
I'm
should have
still
swore at him in
learning like you.
Spanish.
Yeah, just be like, pendejo. We blur all this out.
Yeah. Oh my god. I would give anything. Okay, if you could go back and like in time to any of these moments that like really stick out in your memory and like have a clap back, would you?
Honestly, like
Like a
I don't.
respectful clap
Yeah, yeah,
back,
yeah, yeah,
not
yeah,
like
yeah,
attack,
yeah.
like not like super nasty,
Yeah,
basically.
yeah. I don't know that I would, and that's not me trying to be like, oh, I'm taking the high ground. Like I'm so you know, I'll just I'll be the better, bigger person. I just like the particular situations that I talked about today. I don't know if any of them would really benefit from it because for one, most of them I was dealing with dumb teenage boys,
Yeah.
like the majority,
Mm-hmm.
and like two, like I can't, the biggest clapback at Hollister was I got to do a brand deal with them years later.
There you go.
get paid by the brand that I was not cool enough to wear in
Yeah.
junior high.
There you
So
go.
I think with that, I don't think that there's anything particular that I would
Yeah.
want to go back and change there. And all these things that we were talking about today, honestly, just in good, light fun. But we also understand that if there are some really like, I don't know, the serious
Serious
situations
stuff.
that
Yeah.
it's more than kids just, being sassy or rude about something small.
Yeah.
There are more serious situations out there. And
100%. Especially these days, I feel like it's just a completely different realm
because
of.
we didn't even deal with online.
No.
So stay safe.
That's
Talk
all
to people around you. What is
I'm
that?
sorry.
Why are you
I want to
laughing?
take it seriously. I took another sip of Olipop and I'm burpy.
Oh, not the burping.
Okay.
Maddie's burping through our serious portion. She's like, but no,
I don't burp. I don't burp. I just have like little like
bubbles.
Yeah.
You don't burp?
Well, like I burp, but I'm not a belcher. Like I'm not. I wish I was like you. I wish I could. It's like a Toy Story
stuck?
burp.
Oh no.
It's like.
Please, it's so niche and specific. But I know what you're talking about. You're talking
The
about
Cheetos.
the Big Al or whatever.
Yeah. And he's
Eating
laying
his
on the
Cheetos.
couch.
It's just like air releasing. Please. But no, like it's
No, but in all
definitely
seriousness,
a
yeah.
different situation, and so make sure you always just like find the people that you trust that you can talk to.
Yeah, whether
And
that's
if you need to
parents,
find that
friends,
help, yeah.
teachers, counselors. Like I know that. I mean, I have a lot of friends who are teachers and counselors at schools, and those are great resources. There are teachers and counselors out there who care.
Like my
And
7th grade teacher that was trying to step in, but then I
Yeah.
just didn't open up. But
yeah,
that kind of situation was a little easier to brush off than some
yeah,
something more serious. So where I am, I guess should speak for myself. I'm thankful for those situations because I do ultimately think they shaped me to be who I am today,
yeah.
and it helped me with having a career online.
Mm-hmm.
And dealing with comments and things like that because I ended up, dealing with that a lot, like
Yeah.
at a pretty relatively young age. By the time like I was
Just
16,
Dumb, petty
just,
comments or
stupid, go choke on a Lego, things like that.
People get nasty, honestly.
We're getting real nasty. We'll save that for another time because we should
That
end.
wraps up our.
We should end this. Go and wrap things up. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, any other thoughts?
No, I think that's all good. I feel this was therapeutic.
Mm.
And like we were saying, thankfully we didn't experience like anything to the degree that I think some people do. So I feel thankful for that, and that we had like a good supportive family unit to kind of go to. But
And we're sorry if we ever bullied you.
oh yeah, I'd like to throw that out there. I know I probably bullied some people. Like not on purpose, but like you know what I mean?
I'm still laughing about the yanking The other girl's ponytail back.
That wasn't bullying. That wasn't. I stand by. That's my hot take. Megan's gonna be like, I'm never doing a podcast with you again. Like, she's like, you're gonna get me canceled because you're out here saying that you yanked someone's hair.
You were in 3rd grade, okay?
Second
You were
grade.
Second grade. Yeah,
and
no,
I
it's not
stand
that
by
big. That's
little
why I'm
Maddie.
laughing.
I stand by little Maddie. She was doing the best she could to defend herself in that situation. 100% would do it again. No, I'm just kidding.
Would yank ponytail
No,
again.
if I were to go back, I would talk to a teacher.
Yeah.
And say, like, she's been really bothering me. I don't want to be, like, sat by her. I don't want to, you know.
Yeah. I don't want her sitting behind me telling everyone what color my underwear are.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, anyways, that's how I would handle it now. But
You were
2nd
8.
grade Maddie.
You were 8.
Aren't you, like, 7?
7. I was, well, yeah, probably, yeah, because I was a year older always
Yeah.
in my schooling. So I would have been 8 in 2nd grade. So that would make you 7.
But anyways,
Not important. Thank you so much.
This was fun.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe, comment, rate, all that good stuff. And let us know if you enjoyed the episode. We'll see you next week. Stay fuzzy. We're working on it. Maddie's still burping.
There's still Toy Story
Nah.
burping. But
Burp. See you next week. Bye.
bye.